Welcome back to the channel. Hopefully, you guys out there are having a great day. I'm having a very tired day, but I started early, so that means I'm gonna end early, or at least I'm gonna get more hours in. It's never bad to start early. I just did 2 hours of cold outreach that were tiring-ish. Not bad though. I pulled it off. I pulled it off pretty clean too, which is nice. But yeah, a lot happened yesterday. Yesterday I went to go with my brother. We went out. We were hanging out a little bit, tiny bit. But I went to bed a little later than I usually do, and I don't set an alarm. I wake up with the sun. I do. And lately I've been actually waking up in the middle of my sleep, which is weird. I wake up and look outside 'cause I have like a little window, and I look through like the little peek through the window that I get, and I'm like, is it sun yet? No, I can't get up now. Is it sun yet? Like when the sun comes out, that's when I wake up. Ish around like 7, I think. So yeah, it's really funny. But a lot of things. So I was watching Kill Tony, which is a comedy show on YouTube, and there's a 16-year-old kid. He goes up and he loves it. He has a great time and he kills it. Um, and Tony offers him all these things, and everybody's offering him all these things. And a piece of me was like, well, damn, I wish I was doing that. And especially at 16, I wish I did that instead of was so by myself and so there. And you're wondering what's a mistake and what's going to be a mistake and what am I going to regret and all these things that I'm wondering. And I kind of stopped myself from doing that. And I was like, well, do you want to do this? Like YouTube, cold outreach. You want to do all this? And every single time I think about that, I think about like this dream I have of being someone that's young-ish, even if it's 30, that completed and accomplished and made so much money doing something that I didn't, necessarily love, but doing something that I thought I should be doing. And I'm not suggesting you guys do that. I'm just saying for me. When I think about that and the fact that I could have kids and tell my kids that I hopefully wouldn't even have to work again, that to me makes it all worth it. Not having to work again makes it worth it. People won't really know who I am. I don't have crazy fame following me. But I do have hopefully crazy money following me. That's what matters to me in terms of I can give that away. I can help a lot of people out. Yesterday I was me and my brother went to an event and they were picking up chairs at the end. We were going to leave. My brother goes, do you need help? And he goes, yeah, sure. Me and my brother just started picking up chairs. It's not crazy labor I was doing, but a little volunteering acts. I love it. I actually love it. And I don't know exactly why. Like, I think it has to do with this weird thing of, like, I get why now. Like, now I understand why I love volunteering and helping out. But back then, back when I was a kid, I used to love it also. I think it was something innate in trying to be, watching something good happen to somebody and be happy for them, And even I get the praise, I don't get the praise. Who cares? The fact that I'm doing it is the thing that makes me happy and fills up my heart, so to speak. But yeah, it's really cool. I love it. I do love volunteering. I think with a lot of money, I can do that to a very high extent, whereas if I were doing something like comedy, it'd be far more selfish. So when I think about it, I'm like, yeah, this would be far more selfish. That would be far more selfish for me. For that kid, who knows? For a lot of different situations, it's case by case. You know what I mean? So, things I have to do today. It's a very usual day. I was going to split up my day and take a break midway, do a little lunch break, go speak to my sister, have some fun, and then come back and finish off what I had to do. But my brother was like, no, dude. He's like, no, dude. Do your regular day. I have something planned. So, yeah, we're going to do that planned thing. But before that, I'm going to go watch Succession right now, pretty much, and make beats, more importantly, and send out some custom beats. I think I have one more custom beat left before I'm done with custom beats in terms of people haven't really contacted me back about them. So it's a bit tricky, but we'll get it done, and that'll be it'll just be a new journey. So see you guys there. I just finished all the beat making and all of the cold outreach. The hardest stuff is officially over. Now it's time for the fun stuff, making videos, editing videos. And I don't love editing, but lately I've been, while I edit, I put on some 2000s rock music and just vibe. Because I used to put on 2000s rock music and that was it, Now I put on some MTV Unplugged, some old Tiny Desk concerts, some acoustic stuff. It gives acoustic vibes, and it reminds me of a time when I was just being an idiot and having fun. And a lot of the meanings of these songs that I used to listen to are different these days, and not just different. They bring a new perspective. It's like otherworldly, But in other news, so the goal is basically to get my list up to 10,000 people. You know what I mean? Like an obscene number, 10,000. And to keep contacting this list over and over and over again, hopefully I get my first client. We actually got, it's actually pretty big for Beat Outlet as a company. We got our first person that subscribed to the newsletter, I think. So that's pretty cool. First random person to subscribe who I don't know the email at all. So this person is just going to get crammed with a couple of emails for the next week or so. And yeah, it's so weird looking back and saying, okay, because looking into the future is actually pretty easy. I'm like, all right, February is going to be tough. March is going to be this. April is going to be tough. When I think about the fact that it's only been 3 weeks, not even 3.5 weeks yet, only 3 weeks it's really been, kind of throws me off, and it makes my brain confused. I'm like, it feels so much long. I feel like I've been doing this for a lifetime. And they say, I think 3 weeks you get around there, where I'm like, I don't even remember day one. What was day one like? Must have been difficult, I'll tell you that. Must have been real freaking difficult. I think day one was New Year's Day, which is cool, because I definitely filmed, but I don't think I posted what I filmed. It was weird. So now I'm thinking about back then, the first couple days, and I'm like, I'm not even the same person. I mean, you guys can go back and watch those videos. It feels like I'm different, It's kind of odd. It's it's not just kind of odd. It's actually really freaking odd, Because who I am on a 3-week basis is going to change? What? You can change who you are in 3 weeks. Change your habits and change moments that you would have made other decisions. So now it's kind of ingrained in my habits minorly. And as I do it every single day, go to bed early, wake up early, go to work, spend about 8 hours, right? All these things that I know that I'm doing is becoming this ingrained habit that's in my system, and it's really, really, really freaking cool, and I'm glad that you guys get to see it, and I'm glad that you guys, hopefully you guys want to see it, because I can't really show you a lot of my journey. I can't show you or tell you a lot of things to do because I don't have the credentials. So just see my journey, and then as we grow together between the audience and me, then you'll know firsthand that I can tell you what I think you should do, and it's very a difficult word, should, very difficult word. I think people overuse it, should. This is what you should do. It's it's the only real entity has the right to say should is something other than us, because we're all hypocrites to a certain extent. So it's well, who are you to say this? And they're right. Who are you to say this? Who would I be to tell you should work out? Do I believe it would be helpful if you worked out? Yeah. But for me to think that you should in your position, it's I hope you guys get what I mean, because at first it doesn't really make sense. I forgot how I created that, but All right, so I'm going to go right now. I'm actually going to go straight to filming and editing Instagram Reels. I'm switching it up a little bit. I'm going to go straight into that, finish that, go into YouTube Shorts. Maybe I'll edit a podcast, and I'll be back to you guys at the end of this, after I'm done with everything, at the end of the entire day. So I'll see you there. I just finished everything I have to do for the rest of the day, and weirdly enough, I feel like I can't believe I made it here, even though I've done this a million times, but I still feel like I'm surprised I made it here, and I'm glad I made it here because it's early. It's early. I started very early today, which is weird because I went to bed late. I went to bed like an hour and a half later than I usually do, and oddly enough, I feel like $1,000,000. I probably slept exactly 8 hours. I didn't usually I get a nice 9 hours. Keeps me like at ease. But yeah, I'm a pretty deep sleeper. I don't suggest it for everybody else, but I just finished filming a podcast, which was really nice. It was a great podcast, and I finished editing way more than I thought I would get to edit, which was nice. I think I'm gonna start doing Instagram Reels first, which was something that's insightful now moving forward. The episodes of Succession and all the beats that I made are really coming together, you know? And that's the thing that's shocking me is how much it's actually coming together. This whole thing. And I had my first customer technically yesterday who signed up for the free beat a week. And then today I had my first person actually sign up for the newsletter, which I think we talked about. And that's really cool, man. That's nuts. You know, at least for me, that's like, yeah, it's little progresses. It's little progressions that move me forward, and it's not necessarily the reason why I do it, you know, but it's still nice. Doesn't make it any less nice. It may not be perfect, and it may not be the life I want right now, but like I said, still nice, little progressions, one step at a time, you know. In other news, today I'm going to be doing a lot with my brother. It's going to be a very brotherly day, which I love. I love that, you know. I love getting down into the nitty-gritty and doing things, you know, making art. You know, not just like this producing, and not to diss this producing, but I think that for me personally, when I make art that's for nobody, it's just for me, it oftentimes means more to me and has better form. It's actually better, literally speaking, you know what I mean? Not like also subjectively too, because I love it way more. I have a way better time doing it than when I'm making it for somebody else. When I'm making it for somebody else, it's also a joy, you know. I don't hate it, but it's not quite the feeling I get as when I make it for nobody. I'm just doing it for me, which makes sense. That would be the case. If it's selfish, then why wouldn't it be more fun? You know, it's for me. It's like a gift I'm giving myself over and over again, which is why I want my retirement to be that, primarily that. You know, I want my retirement to pretty much just be me just sitting at home, or rather pacing, and drawing, pacing, and playing guitar, right? And my mind is pacing. The pacing is like a metaphor. It's my mind's always running, you know, because cognitively also art really helps. My grandma, who's very old now, she's just turned 80. She had a cognitive decline, but as she does more art and keeps it as a consistent basis, it actually has literally helped. And I think it's not a myth. It's not just like a myth. That's like, if you work your brain's gonna have more. I mean, I'm not a scientist, but or a doctor, but your brain should have more gas in the tank. For some people, genetics is genetics, but for others, I think if the more I work my brain, especially when I get older, the more insightful my life can become. And I hope to become more curious as I get older. I hope I don't get more judgmental. I hope my judgmental peak happens now. And everything else I start to get more. I don't want to be one of those old people that's it's constantly complaining. You know, and if I am, And I'm watching this at an old age, and I am old and complaining. Stop it, dude. Stop it. You focus on what you have, not what you don't have. Focus on what you have, even if it's more minuscule than you think, you know? And that goes for all you guys too, you know? I feel like giving myself advice. I feel more comfortable. You guys might be in different situations, case by case. It's just different, right? But yeah, today was a success. And I love that. It's just a clear success. I did it. No regrets. No procrastination. Holding it off till tomorrow. Just straight up killing it. And I hope you guys enjoyed. I really did. When I say that, I really mean that. I hope you guys enjoy, and even more than that, take it a step further, I hope you guys found this to be, and find all these episodes to maybe be mind-opening to a certain extent. On that note, I'm going to end the podcast here, and see you next time. Peace.